Welcome to Lucas Invests, making money simple.
Have you ever looked at the housing market recently and felt a deep, overwhelming sense of despair? You save up money for years, you work incredibly hard, you do everything right, and yet, the dream of owning a simple home keeps slipping further and further away. You are not going crazy. The system is actively working against you. We are witnessing the intentional destruction of the middle class, engineered by the largest financial institutions on the planet. Welcome to the forever renter matrix. For decades, buying a house was the ultimate symbol of financial stability. It was the easiest, most reliable way for average people to build generational wealth and secure their future. But over the last few years, the rules of the game have been violently changed. You probably think housing prices are insanely high because of normal economic factors like inflation or simple supply and demand. That is exactly what the corporate media wants you to believe. The truth is much darker. Wall Street has realized that the American dream is highly profitable if they can monopolize it. Massive private equity firms, hedge funds, and multi-billion-dollar corporations are quietly buying up single-family homes across the entire country. Imagine trying to buy a house for your family. You find the perfect place, you make a reasonable offer, and suddenly you are outbid by 20%. But it is not another family outbidding you. It is a faceless corporation holding billions of dollars in liquid cash. They swoop in, pay entirely in cash, and completely remove that home from the market forever. Why are they doing this? Because they understand a fundamental economic truth. Whoever controls the land controls the population. Their ultimate goal is not to flip these houses for a quick profit. Their goal is to turn housing into a permanent, unavoidable subscription service. They want to transform the entire middle class into a nation of permanent, lifelong renters who build zero equity. This is the core of the new consumer matrix. The World Economic Forum once famously said, "You will own nothing and you will be happy." But the reality is, you will own nothing, and the corporations will be incredibly wealthy. When you rent a home from a mega corporation, every single dollar you pay disappears forever into their pockets. You are paying off their mortgages, funding their corporate dividends, and actively building their multi-billion-dollar real estate empires. Meanwhile, your personal net worth stays exactly at zero. And because these corporations own massive portions of the available housing supply in certain cities, they essentially hold a monopoly on shelter. They can artificially inflate rent prices year after year, and you have absolutely no choice but to pay it. If you want a roof over your head, you must comply. It is modern-day feudalism. You are the peasant working the fields, and Wall Street is the wealthy lord collecting the taxes. But what if you manage to slip through the cracks and actually get approved for a mortgage? The banking system has a trap waiting for you there, too. With interest rates sitting at aggressive highs, buying a house on a 30-year mortgage means you will ultimately pay double, or sometimes triple, the actual purchase price of the home. You are essentially working for the bank for the next 3 decades, trading your life energy to pay pure interest. The financial system gives you 2 toxic choices: become a permanent renter and bleed cash to a corporate landlord, or sign a 30-year debt contract and bleed cash to a mega bank. It feels like a completely rigged game because it is. They want you stressed, financially exhausted, and living paycheck to paycheck. A population that is completely dependent on the system is much easier to control. But once you see the matrix, you can learn how to operate outside of it. So, how do you escape this trap and build real wealth? You must decouple your ego from home ownership and rethink your assets. If buying a house mathematically destroys your cash flow, renting might actually be the smarter move, but only if you aggressively invest the difference. Take the money you would have spent on down payments and property taxes and deploy it directly into income-producing assets like broad market index funds. Become ruthless. Build a massive portfolio of liquid assets that generate cash while you sleep. When your investments produce enough passive income, you have officially escaped the matrix. Welcome to Lucas Invests. If you are ready to stop falling for corporate traps and start building real wealth, hit subscribe, protect your capital, and see you next time.